All right, so it looks like I am live. Hello, once again, YouTube. You are tuned in to Katie Talk One on One. If you have not yet, please make sure you tap that subscribe button below. Big shout out to Talk Nation. Big shout out to all of my subscribers. And make sure you most definitely hit that notification bell. Okay, so I know I am here early, but I just wanted to get this out the way real quick because I think I get off work like around 5, 6 something, and I just wanted to have a little more energy while bringing this update here. So, if you watch the playback or if you jump in now, just make sure you tap that like button when you enter the building. It'll kind of push the video out into the algorithm just a little bit more. Okay, so I wanted to come with this update here. As you guys know, I did cover a story about 2 days ago, and it's dealing with the situation that happened in Wilson, Wisconsin. And it's dealing with 25-year-old Darius, I believe his name Darius Sessoms. Okay, so Darius was actually the neighbor of the Cannon Hinton family. He was the neighbor of them, and as you guys know, he did take the life of Cannon. Okay, so there's no reason why his life should have been took, but it's like the media, they're trying to push out a certain narrative, and it's like, oh, a black man took a white child life. So it's kind of surrounded and put in the category of something having to do with race or something like that. And it's being portrayed in a different sense. But the whole story has not been told. And big shout out to the gentleman that came in my comment section and gave me a little bit of more detail dealing with this subject. And he is a very, very reliable source. He actually knows the family of I believe, the Hintons, and he's actually been around through that neighborhood, and he is actually familiar with both families. Okay, so this information that was left under my comment post, this was actual information that allegedly Darius told the bail bondsman. So this was actual information from that bail bondsman that Darius ended up relaying to him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just tell you the breakdown of what I got from under the comment, and then I'm going to play the actual video, and it's going to show the screenshots of the whole situation. There's actually a news article that's been released of some things that his mother has said when she spoke to the Wilson Times. It's like a newspaper in Wilson, North Carolina. So she ended up speaking on the situation. And this is actual information that, like I said, Darius told the bail bondsman too. So allegedly, Darius was actually the godfather of Cannon Hinton and his two sisters. Darius was released from prison a short time ago. And it was said that Darius and allegedly Darius' father both used to partake in illegal drugs together. Their favorite drug of choice allegedly was PCP. Earlier that Sunday, the dad and Darius, actually, they were getting high together while Darius' mother was gone to church and Darius' father was gone to work. They were hanging around each other. They were getting high earlier that day, and allegedly an altercation broke out between Cannon's father and Darius. So later that evening, the mother ended up coming home and she started dinner. She got dinner ready and all of that. It was just like a normal day. And all of a sudden, she heard a lot of screaming and commotion. When she went outside, she seen her son Darius. He was actually hallucinating. He was basically tripping. He was tripping. off of something. He was saying that the devil is coming to get all of them. So he was hallucinating. And she was just saying, this was not my son. This was not my son. I don't know who this man was, but this was not my son acting like this. He was not acting like his normal self. So immediately the mother knew that her son was under some type of influence of some type of drug. And what the news really not telling you is exactly how close they were. The father did admit that he was over, I believe, that Friday for dinner or something like that. But, he was actually allegedly the godfather of his son. So they were really, really close. So, and another thing the father didn't tell you was that they did have an altercation earlier that day. And that does not excuse the father taking the life. That does not excuse Darius of taking the life of the son. But basically, the story was just saying that he actually ended up threatening Cannon's father. Darius threatened Cannon's father and told him he was going to do something to him. So I'm going to let this updated video play. And at the end of this video, there's actually screenshots of all the information of the report that was not presented to the public. So I'm going to go off into that and play that right now. And then I'm just going to get out of here. But I want you guys to take a close look at this. And this is fair use. This is fair use. This information is alleged, but it's from a very good source. So listen to this.
They just loved Cannon. And Cannon just loved riding his bike as he was doing Sunday evening in his dad's front yard on Archer's Road. His two sisters there with him. His dad, Austin Hinnant, was inside when he heard the gunshot. I just scooped him up in my arms and held him, and I screamed, and somebody help me please help me save my son. God, save my son, please. Hinnant looked up and saw his neighbor in the yard next door, gun in hand, pacing frantically. I was looking at him as I was picking up Cannon, and I was so full of rage, but I couldn't leave my son's side. I just wanted to be with my son. Hinnant's fiance called 911. He says his neighbor, 25-year-old Darius Sessoms, who lived with his parents, soon drove away. Police arrested Sessoms the next day, charging him with murder. Can you explain why he would shoot your 5-year-old boy? I have no idea why he would kill my son in front of his two sisters, his cousins. No idea. Just the night before, Hinnant says he had Sessoms over for supper. They sat on the porch, drank a beer together. So, because there was never anything between me and him, any bad blood whatsoever, for him to have a reason to do this. But those last moments with Cannon, unimaginable. I can't imagine what it's like to hold your son while he's suffering from a gunshot wound to the head, as his blood run down my arm.
Okay. So here is the screenshots. Right after this play, you're going to see the screenshots from the text messages. And it's basically just telling you everything that I told you. Let me go through here and make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, it also says the local newspaper article was blocked, and the father was on the news today talking about what occurred. And I guess it's that video right there. And okay, let me read the rest of this. Okay, so it says down here, yeah, it's saying something about the news trying to push, color. They're trying to put color against color. So it's a lot of propaganda going on with this case. And it's not everything that's going on is just not being presented in this case. It's more to it than just them being neighbors and eating dinner together. He was way more close to the family, and as far as the substance abuse, that both of them, the Cannon's father and Darius, they on a regular together participated in illegal drug use. Oh, you come into the building, make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you share if you care and hit that subscribe button if you have not. But so these are just screenshots from that news article that's really not out. And that news article is very, very long. I'm going to tell you, it's a very long article. But just really breaking down, for the most part, that's basically what the news article was saying. It was going into details about when the mother got from home from church after she cooked, and she went out there and seen her son hallucinating, and she just knew something was not right. Let's see. Okay. So yeah, I told you that. So yeah, basically it was not saying that it's the father's fault, but I think with him and the father getting into the altercation, and when he started hallucinating from the use of the substance abuse, that kind of, I wouldn't say that made him take that little boy life, but it was kind of entangled as far as the situation goes. It was entangled with the situation. So it looked like that video has stopped. If you guys catch this video on the playback, just make sure, you go back to the beginning and check out everything. But that's some information that I ended up getting. And allegedly, that's the information that was told to the bail bondsman by Darius sessoms. So what do you guys think about this situation? Make sure you drop your comments below. Make sure you share if you care. If you have not, please hit that subscribe button. As you can see, I think I'm about at 620 some subs. I'm a few hundred away from 1,000. So please help me get there. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I will see you again. Most definitely tonight. I'm probably going to jump on with a upload for sure. Just a few little updates of some stuff that I went through this week with some stories. But thank y'all for tuning in. And I am signing out. Katie Talk 101. And as usual, love you, YouTube. And I'm going to make sure I drop my email below. So if you guys get any kind of stories, please feel free to email me and I will get on it. All right, I'm about to get out of here. See y'all later.